This is something that I know you're going to be excited about because you've all been asking me to test Taylormade's most adjustable driver of all time. Yes, the Taylormade M1 driver. I mean, just look at the adjustability. You can go loft, you can go spin left and right, spin forwards and back. So much adjustability. Now, not only that, I am testing it in a $260 upgrade shaft, Oban Revenge. The difference here, the first time out on the golf course. This is the 17th down here at Mottram Hall, and our line is really, if we can get something finishing around here, that would be absolutely ideal. Because a reason is I want to do this is not only that you've asked me to do it, but I often think, if you look at drivers over the last 10 years, my question to you is, do you think they've actually really improved? Do you think the technology's moved on a lot? For me, if you'll even look at the last few years, Stel 2, and even my current driver, which I've just tried for the first time on the golf course today, we've not had the adjustability like this. So if we've got, let's say, an older head, that would be cheaper, but we then go and spend a bit more money on the shaft, as long as it's right, does it outperform? Does it go long? I'm interested to see. So just to give you an idea of my numbers while we fire up the full swing, is that today I saw my driver go consistently over that 290 yard marker. I had a club head speed of around 116 miles an hour. I had a ball speed, which I'll be perfectly honest, really did surprise me. I touched around 165 miles an hour with that total, as I say, 290 plus. So does this $260 shaft in Taylormade's most forgiving head perform anywhere near my current driver? Let's put it to the test. I'm genuinely so intrigued because, to be honest with you, this is a shaft I have used before, and this is an old head that I used to game. So there's a lot, I say a lot, of familiarity here. Remember that line I showed you earlier? Oh my Lord, that was so middled. That was so out the middle. That noise was loud. I think we just lost the golf ball there. Oh my God. You are not going to believe this. Straight off the gun, we have just hit that 293 yards total, okay? Pretty much what I was getting out of mine. 164 miles an hour ball speed, 268 carry, 111.8 club head speed, which is actually significantly lower. Now, that's your reason for that, I'll tell you. And here, 2,700 spin. So for the first one that I hit away, that is a very, very good start. I would love if you let me know down below in the comments exactly what you think of this driver head. Is it one you've seen before? Is it one you've tried before? Because I think this is a really, really good head, and I'll explain that in a second, but I'm just dying to hit one more. Also, don't forget, you control what we test here on the channel. Just put your recommendations down below and I'll put them to the test for you. Now, I mentioned that club head speed was lower. Few reasons. Well, number one, this driver head has significantly less carbon than my current Qi10. Also, this shaft is shorter. It's a 1/4 of an inch shorter than what I'm currently gaming. I've actually gone for a longer shaft this year, which is why I've seen not only getting a little bit better in the swing, a little bit fitter, but actually a longer shaft, not beyond regulation, but a longer shaft has helped me boost that speed up. I'm gonna hear this noise again. Look at that fly. Let's go through these numbers together. Right. Okay, so club head speed, a little bit lower, 108.8, which in reality, compared to what this goes, is significantly less, about 116. 150 smash, 3,000 spin, 162.8 ball speed. It's not sluggish, that is it, at all. Can't get over that noise. It's really high-pitched in comparison. Now, I know this hasn't got a carbon face. This is interesting. 287 total. Spread one in the 290s and one just short. I also mentioned about this adjustability. But before that, let me tell you a little bit more about this shaft. I just panicked then, I didn't think we had one of these. Oban Revenge Tour Reserve shaft is designed with a moderately softer tip, so that's down where the head is, and a moderately softer butt section, so where you grip the golf club, and with a mid section that is a lot stiffer. It's got a high modus graphite material infused throughout all sections of the shaft to ensure its consistent, repeatable profile. And if I'm actually thinking about what I've gone for this year, I've gone for a bit of a stiffer top section and softer tip, so it's not really too far away. So it's stiffer at the middle, softer at the tip. The only real difference is, I guess, this soft section here. Also, this is a 04 flex, a number 6 and 65 grams. And doesn't have the weight on this one, just a 6X. It's also torque adjustability. So you can take the head off. These are the sort of three ways. You can take the head off here, and let me keep unwinding this. I'm not taking this off for years, so let's hope it can go back on. You can take the head off and you can make it standard. You can make it 1.5 degrees higher, 1.5 degrees lower. You can also mess around with the lie angle. From there, let me put that right back onto where it was. I had it on standard, so playing the 10.5 degrees that it actually is. From there, once I get it going to go through me. From there, you've got the ability to move these weights here. So I can move this more to fade bias, moving the weight out towards the toe. So anytime the weight is out here, it stops it rotating, keeping the face a little bit more open, hence a little bit more fade bias. If I was to then move this weight in towards this heel area here, this lets the toe speed up, making the club face close a little bit more, and then therefore making it a little bit more draw bias. And as you can see here, I've never really messed around with this, and that's been slap bang in the middle for as long as I've had it. It really does feel weird when you do change that one, I have to say. Now, the final bit of adjustability is this red one at the back. So you can make this either higher spinning by pushing this red weight towards the back, moving the CG this way, and it will make it a little bit more forgiving. This is the 460 head, and I think they did have a 430 head too. And then you can make the spin lower, and I did have it here once or twice, moving that weight all the way up to as close to the face as I can, and have a look at that there, they're right bang up against each other. I'm sure it'll sound different there. That lowered the spin, and that allowed me to hit it further. So pretty much the idea behind this driver was that you could really fine tune it. You could really sort of dial in your driver yourself, like to an extent which I haven't really seen since. Ow, that was really loud. Haven't really seen since at all. Right, we've hit 2 away. Very impressive start, but I'm dying to hit some more. Here we go. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of difference in length, you see a bit of a difference there. So this is my current new driver, but we're testing this one right now. Okay, I want to hit a few more away here. I'm enjoying hitting this. Now, the one thing that I love when I first purchased this driver years ago, like I say, this is in 2015, was this carbon crown, which is probably one of the first of the time, to this white front. And I've managed to keep my white looking all right, you know. A few little scratches, but not too bad. Okay, here we go. This is our third ball away. Oh, a little bit left on that one. The noise is ringing in my ears. It's really, really crazy to see. That softer tip section and softer grip end does make me feel liable to hit it left. 162 ball speed, slower than mine. And then 108.8. You know what? I can't get that club head speed up, but that spin, looking very good. I like to see around 2.5, but 2 at that launch, very, very good. So I guess it just begs the question, doesn't it? Should we go for older heads and get a better shaft, and that be the way of doing it? Are the new heads even better than they are right now? I would actually say this. Now, there is obviously a limit to what driver speeds can be in terms of ball speed off the face, and that is restricted by golf's governing body. Now, one thing that I would feel with this is essentially I'm getting nowhere near the club head speed. That's down to a few factors. Shaft and head, way more carbon on my new driver, and way more forgiveness. Even the ones that I hit off the bottom of my Qi10, I still feel go the distance. I mean, I've not hit this bad. The one thing that I would say, because of this is a little bit older, look at the story we've been told in the last few years. Driver ball speeds now across the face are more consistent. Whereas going back a few years, it was more good ball speed right out the ideal middle. So we've had one fairway, one down the right half. Great one, by the way, perfect for this hole. And one a little bit left. Is it 2 more? Oh, yes, baby. That is so good, you know. I mean, I've lost that ball. It's gone so long and so straight. I can't get over that. I mean, 108.6 club head speed on that one. I can't wait to see the distance. 161.9 ball speed and 300 yards total. That was launched, wasn't it? Look at this. 300 yards total. See what this thing performs. 108.6, 25 spin. That was so out the middle. That shorter shaft feels so good, you know. I'm so impressed with this driver. I really, really am. In fact, I can't get over how good this feels. Right, final ball away. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this absolute gem combo right here. M1 head, very boring, very vanilla, neutral, neutral. But I would love to sort of test this, play around with this. Like I told you before, I have in the past. Okay, let's hit the final one away here. Oh, that was so off the toe. It was all going so well. 282 yards total, but that really was. I mean, you can sort of see that was struck about here, right? I mean, sort of see that was struck about there. But for me, this is a seriously impressive driver. Let me now, I guess, give you my overall verdict. So 282 yards in that last shot. That was such, I don't know, that was such a toad hit. That went so high and right. Ball speed 159.9, okay, dropped a little bit. 107.9 club head speed and 3000 spin. It's really interesting to try an older driver because on those centered hits, I mean, even when I tried like I think a 1990s Taylormade driver, even on those centered hits, it seriously does perform. What I love about this club, and like I say, I'm very, very familiar with it, adjustability in the head, very, very good. I love this shaft, and yes, it might not be right for me, contributing to a little bit left and a little bit right. It might be a little bit soft, but it's that shorter feel which gives me that confidence of, I guess, finding that middle. And it's just cool to look at those profile differences. More sort of flat bottom here on my old driver and more rounded here on my Taylormade Qi10. I'll be honest, this is the best driver I've ever been fitted for, but it's super cool to see what this 2015-year-old driver can do. And you know what, if you were on a little bit of a budget and you thinking, should I go for an old head and upgrade the shaft? I think it's possibly an option. Let me know if you've done that already. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's video here at How Good Golf. I hope you enjoyed this review.